first trick, and since he was hurt on his first trick, the clock did not start. Because he was hurt on his landing of his first trick, so the clock does not start, and the 2 minutes starts over. That's in the rule book, folks.
Yeah, actually, he didn't complete, right. No, he didn't complete the first trick. So he has still got a clean slate. Good break for him. So let's see what Daniel Martin unleashes for us.
That's right. Come on, folks. Put your hands together. Liven up out there. There we go. We're going to start off with a backflip. Let's do an off-axis 360 not-so-flat spin.
Add another part of the combo here. Another spin and another backflip.
Look at this. We're at 8 tricks, I believe.
9.
Let's make it 9 in a row, 10 in a row. After that, 12. How about it, Panama City?
Like a slinky walking down the stairs. That's how many backflips this guy just did. Put your hands together if you like this.
I was going to say, you know he's a wonderful toy.
Did you just say that?
That was the Slinky slogan.
Slinky.
For a girl and a boy, that's right.
Stop it.
All right. Oh, another big aerial there.
The off-axle 360 that you were talking about. I love how he waited for that wave and then just picked it off. Getting a little bit extra amplitude. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Martin on the water. You are still watching Pro Freestyle.
That's right. Daniel about a minute, 15 seconds into it right now.
I am astounded that he got back in this boat and then proceeded to do all these tricks. That is amazing athleticism from this guy.
Redonkulous.
He really is, in a good way.
The surf right there.
Picking a wave off. Surfed it in.
Doing a little what they call free riding.
Speaking of free riding, we got Surf Slam coming at you in September out in Pacific City. Yet another discipline. And the whistle coming out indicating 15 seconds left on the clock.
All right.
Really great to have him out. Oh, no-hander.
No-handed aerial barrel roll, 5.
Look, Ma, no hands. And the bell tone hearing test is complete. That also completes our 2-minute round of freestyle for the one and only Daniel Martin. And as he comes in, you guys, put your hands together for him.
Hey, Jay, it's because he didn't land his first trick and he was hurt. They'll allow you a run over if you don't come off your first trick. And he was down for the count in his first trick. Glad to see him back out there.
Daniel Martin, you are a superstar. All right, so Mike's going to go back and get some scores for us.
All right. All right, let's go with our first judge, Rob Greenwald. Very uncommon what we've seen out here with our freestyle today.
Yes, it was. I got to say that opener and then him getting hurt, I was more worried about him because it looked like it was really rough. But he put together a nice routine, especially being injured. Would like to see a little more frequency, but again, he was injured. But I'm going to have to come in on him at a 9.1.
9.1 from judge number 1. Judge number 2, Big Wave Dave.
Yeah, I got to give him kudos for even coming back out there and trying to do anything. Good recovery, and I'm going to give him a 9.
A 9. And judge number 3, Mr. Shaw.
It took some serious stones for him to get back out there and make it happen. Okay, I think everyone needs to give him a big round of applause. Okay? I'm going 9.1.
And a 9.1 from judge number 3. So, Don Dawson, you got some results for us here in Pro Freestyle. Let's talk about them.
All right. Well, I tell you what, as good as that score was, that is going to not quite be enough. It goes like this. Jace Forrest, ladies and gentlemen, in 3rd. It's going to be Daniel Martin in 2nd. And your winner for today in Pro Freestyle, put your hands together for Jason, the Destroyer Stoyer. And again, your winner for Amateur Freestyle, Chris Langlis. And again, also, special thanks to our judges today, Big Wave Dave Hamilton. And oh, that was awesome. And BR rhymes with JR there. Bobby Shaw in the house. Thanks so much for judging with us, as well as Rob Greenwald. We really appreciate it. Yeah. Are you going to be back up tomorrow to judge again? We're putting these guys to work.
All right, Course Marshal Randy, I got your whistle up here, buddy. We're going right back into race. So we got a lot more races to go. We got like 24 races left to go today, folks. So
Yep.
Special thanks, Rob Greenwald, Big Wave Dave, and Bobby Ray Shaw coming up and doing our judging up here We apologize, folks, for the glitches here.
The
Unfortunately,
downtime. That wasn't too bad, though.
Well, you know, I mean, how can you tell? Like, it was the worst kind of breakage too, because it was actually one of our cords, one of our 50-foot cords that busted on the way up to the beach where we're all plugged in at.
That's what happens when you have a tractor run over you.
Yeah, that's well, mini tractors running over you. All right, Dawn, so I believe we're coming back with race it's actually number 5 here on our sheet for the Pro Show. That is the Pro-Am Runabout.
Hi, I'm Kevin Lewis from the Tourism Office in St. George, Utah, and I want to welcome you to Sand Hollow State Park, the newest stop on the Pro Watercross Tour. We are excited to have you here. You're going to love the crystal blue water, the coral sand, and the beautiful red rock and OHV country right here in Sand Hollow State Park. It's the newest site on the tour. We welcome you here. Happy New Year.
Thanks to Richard Sanders and the Panama City Beach Convention and Visitors Bureau Tourism Commissions.
I'm Rob Wells from the Naples Marco Island Everglades Convention and Visitors Bureau. I'm here today at Sugden Regional Park in sunny Naples, standing on the shores of Lake Avalon, the new home of the Pro Watercross Tour World Championship.
Pro-Am Runabout Stock.
We're excited to welcome everyone here in September to experience Florida's Paradise Coast. Besides enjoying all the fun that will take place here on Lake Avalon, we invite you and your family to enjoy all the fun and excitement our area has to offer. With over 30 miles of spectacular white sand beaches overlooking the Gulf of Mexico, come find your place in the sun. If you're a golfer, welcome to Golf Heaven. With over 90 courses, the Paradise Coast was just named North America's #1 golf destination. For the adventure, come explore our 10,000 islands in the world-famous Everglades National Park. Last but not least, we encourage you to visit our world-class restaurants, boutiques, art galleries, and museums. I look forward to welcoming you to my paradise and hope you make it your paradise. Welcome.
Let's just sneak over here for another interview.
Hey, what's up, guys? We've got more swag hunters down here. Here we go. Oh no! Once again, special thanks to 9 Mile Motorsports. Special thanks to Jetlift for bringing us some swag up, and of course.
Josh Block down there getting an opportunity to hold for some of his buddies. Great to see him back out on the water. I was just about to get an interview with Dean's team, Dean Cherrier, but unfortunately he had to punch the clock, go back to work.
Yeah, this is one of his work classes, the pro runabout stock class. It's what we like to call on the tower. It's the OEM class. It's the manufacturer class. It's that class that you used to hear, the old cliche, what wins on Sunday sells on Monday. That's
Right.
what this class is all about.
Yeah, and I tell you what, it's a really cool signature class to watch, and you get the opportunity to see whatever is coming new from the manufacturers, typically in this class that you're about to watch. Again, we're setting up for Pro-Am runabout stock.
Oh, yeah. Well, one of the things I did notice, actually, looks like we may have a checkered buoy that may be floating away, Don. Unless that's just a real long rope, because they've really widened out or widened up the finish line. And it looks like it might be just a little bit close to our scoring tower. So we'll make that adjustment real quick before we go racing here with the Pro Runabout Stock Class, folks. We'll be back in 2 and 2.
All right, once again, a shout out for Doug Underhill and Jonathan. Both those guys coming out from Pensacola as they get ramped up. And we, too, are about to get ramped up for our next tour round in Pensacola, Florida. But right now, it's all about PCB, baby. Panama City Beach is where we are heating up the water. I am hunting interviews right now.
Ooh. Looked like somebody got somebody's chocolate and somebody's peanut butter down there online. All right, Dawn, just about ready
Yes,
to
sir.
go as there is a call to order down on the starting line. So coming to us out of Kuwait City, Kuwait, riding the top of Yamaha for Dean's team, Yamaha Factory Racing, Riva Racing, Jet Pilot, and the KSR team, boat number 30, Abdullah Al-Fidel. From Orange Beach, Alabama, riding the top of Yamaha for advanced carpet cleaning, Riva Jet Pilot and IPD Graphics. Boat number 71 is Chris Saxon. Boat number 110 out of Bradenton, Florida. Riding for Yamaha, Riva, HydroTurf, Jet Pilot, Neptune, and Dean's team. It's the slugger, Troy Snyder. 247 out of Clermont, Florida. He'll be riding the top of Sea-Doo for Fly Racing, Jet Lift, ODI, Riva, Oztech Racing, and Black Tip. That is Dylan Osborne. Boat number 404 out of Clearwater, Florida. Blah, blah, blah. It's Mr. Brett Finderly, and he rides for Factory Yamaha. as well as Exotic Signs, Blacktip Jet Sports, Riva, and the Watercraft Superstore, boat number 502 out of Catawba, North Carolina. He's also riding on a Yamaha, sponsored by Champion Power Sports, Dean's Team, Yamaha Factory Racing, Riva, Judge Motorsports, and Fly Racing, as well as Jet Lift. That is the tweaker, Brian Baldwin. Boat number 911 comes to us out of West Palm Beach, Florida, and he is on a Monster Energy Kawasaki, sponsored by Dave's Auto Body. That is Eric Francis. And boat number 999 out of Lake Worth, Florida. He'll be also atop a Yamaha, riding for Dean's Team, Factory Yamaha, and Free Values, as well as Sharp Action, Travis Zalesko. And that rounds out your field of competitors. Like we got 8 riders down online ready to do battle, and it is going to be a fierce one. I got the Bellamy boys hanging out with me up here. Mike Bellamy, father to Blake Bellamy, who is hanging out on my left. And both of you guys took a third in a pro runabout class earlier today.
Yeah, good start to the weekend. Hope we can continue it and get on the podium by the end of the weekend.
Tell me, Blake, this is your first year as a pro. You got any favorites out here? I mean, you've raced against a lot of these guys that are out here online.
Any boys on the Yamaha, I guess Travis, because I raced against him last year, so hopefully he can get first.
Yeah, hopefully that 999 boat can come through in first. How about you, Mike? Any favorites in this one?
You know, I've been racing with the Slugger for a while, so I always like seeing him do good. You know, he's hard to beat. So if you beat him, you're doing something. Last year, I think he had a 1-1-1 in this event.
Yeah, he did. He actually owned this event here. He had a little problem in Pensacola Beach before we came here, but did very well here. Definitely redeemed himself. But his arch nemesis also out there, and one of the only Kawasaki pilots that we have with us this weekend, Eric Francis. What do you think Eric's chances are?
You can't ever count Eric out either. Good rider. He's always very competitive and up there. As far as Affidel also. Another rider's back on the tour after missing out last year. So.
Yeah, I'll tell you, you got Brian Baldwin out there too. I'll tell you, it's a tough lineup out there. And again, we call it the manufacturer class for a reason. And let's see what's going to win on Saturday. See if it may sell on Sunday. All right, looks like we got a pleasure rider down there at the right-hand side of the tracks. Of course, Marshal Randy's letting him know that you are not part of the race.
I would know that feeling, though. I'd want to be a part of the race. Hey, Mikey.
Who you got down there with you?
Well, I'll tell you.
Who is that hiding behind them Foster Grants?
That's right. It's none other than the Flying Tennis Ball, I do believe was your moniker for that. But he's really Hurricane Racing. It's none other than Bill Haig. Bill, how'd you like the track today?
It's very nice. You know, the waves are adding just a little bit of extra fun for us. Definitely smaller than we had last year, though.
Yeah, it was. I noticed Pensacola. I remember you being upside down.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not going to admit to that.
Neither confirm or deny that allegation. So a little bit of just retro. How many years have you done the national tour?
Oh, the national tour. Now, I haven't done it consecutively. This is my 31st year racing. So there's been a few years in there where I didn't actually go out and follow the tour.
Started when you were 9.
Yeah, exactly. So that still makes me 40. That's bad, right?
Dang it! I was trying to help you.
That wasn't much of a help. Anyway, no, but I'm having fun, and it's great to see the sport growing again. And we've got some really new young riders coming up. So 3 juniors running with us this year, which is awesome. So it's good to see that build. And then we have a lot of the older folks, senior division kind of stuff, and everybody's out here having a great time and being competitive.
I'll tell you what, it's awesome to have you join us once again for the national tour. Thank you, bud.
Oh, it is my pleasure, and thank you for being here as well.
You are very welcome. Mike, back to you. What's out on the course?
Well, I'll tell you what, a nice hole shot there by Abdullah Alfadel, riding for Dean's team, putting the Yamaha on top so far, but he's got a Cowie chasing him, and that is the Eagle, Eric Francis, and he's followed by Travis Zalesko, boat number 999, making his pro debut here. And Troy Snyder back there in the 4th spot, followed by Brian Baldwin, rounding out your top 5 as we close on lap number 2. And I'm not quite sure, but I seen Course Marshal Randy come over and give a number to the starting line. I heard it was 999. Not quite sure what the infraction may have been. We'll let you know as soon as we know up here on the Tower of Power, but nothing is official as of yet. Abdullah Alfadel out of Kuwait City, Kuwait, former National Tour champion, here on the Pro Watercross Tour is your leader. He's out there on the top left-hand side of the track, boat number 30, carving it up like a Thanksgiving Day turkey. By the way, coming up next to the line, we need our Sport GP class. Once again, Sport GP, we need you to the starting line, and then we're going to go back to the top of the order with race number 1, our runabout 1,000 cc and under and runabout rec race. Again, we ask that everybody be expedient and get to the line on time when your class is called. We sure do appreciate it, and we'll try to keep you abreast of what's going on up here on the Tower of Power. Sure hope everybody's having a good day out there. This is the Super Cup of Watercross. I'd like to say a big shout out to my good friends from Central Georgia Power Sports, Mr. Matt Reno and company. Great to see you, Matt. Cheers from the Tower of Power. We'll be at Newbies tonight. And then we're going to La Vila. Yeah, Club La Vila. We got Daniel Martin going to do a backflip in the pool at 10:30 tonight. Ought to be pretty cool. They're going to have all kind of drink specials, all kind of fun stuff going on down there. And I believe, I believe you might get a discount with your armband. That's how they're going to differentiate us. So Abdullah Al-Fadel in control of this one. Was able to hold on to that hole shot, looking to go wire to wire. And I'll tell you what, this kid right here is something else. He has really turned into quite the racer. You know, I can remember when he came on tour with us for the first time a couple of years ago. I was a little worried about him because he always seemed to ride right on the edge of the envelope. And I seen him catch the glue a couple times, like in Lake Hartwell when he got jacked up. And I don't know if you guys were there, but yeah, he took one heck of a hit in Lake Hartwell a couple of years ago. And I thought, you know, he might back off the throttle a little bit. But you know what? It's done nothing but give this kid more vigor for this class here, this pro runabout stock class. And again, a lot of talent. Eric Francis still in second. Zalesko unofficially in third. And Baldwin looking to make a pass here on the slugger. Troy Snyder. Snyder was going to take his line away. And they had moved the checkered buoys out a little bit. And that played to the slugger's bad side right there. Tough break there for the slugger going back into that fifth spot.
Hey, Mikey.
Hey, how you doing, Don Dawson?
Just a quick shout out for this young guy. Has not been out on a track in a while. It's cool to have you back. Billy Dearman in the house.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
It's so cool to see you back here. What in the world gave you the itch that you were like, I got to go get back on a boat?
Well, you know, this makes, actually, this would be 22 years since I first made my first jet ski race. Glad to be back. We took a couple years off. Tony and I were practicing making a family. We had a couple kids, and you know, we got that behind us. Now we're trying to come back and turn a few laps on the track.
All right, Billy Dearman, it is awesome to have you back out here hanging out with us. Go tear him up, buddy.
Hey,
you're going to see him up next, Mike.
Good luck, Billy Dearman. Great to have you back in the pits, buddy.
I thought you'd like that.
Ah, yeah. So green flag is out, and Baldwin right now with a pole in the water, and he is reeling in the Eagle. Will the Eagle get his wings clipped here in Panama City? So again, that battle for second place along the left-hand side of the track right now. Again, Francis on the Ultra, the Kawasaki Ultra boat out there. And again, that is Baldwin on the Yamaha right in his back pocket. Al-Fadel, your leader, top right-hand side of the track. He's in a race of his own out there right now. All he needs to do is hold that boat together. Get a stock boat, so it shouldn't be that hard. Well, so the real battle out on the track with Al-Fadel working the bubble over here on the left-hand side of the track is the battle for second place. And it looks like your leader's going to opposite sides of the split. And again, it's still going to be Francis about 3 seconds ahead of Baldwin, but Baldwin looking to shave that as there are 2 laps left to go here in race number 5 of the Premier classes. Race number 6 of the Premier classes, that is the Sport GP class. Final race of the Premier class. That needs to be coming down to the line. Once again, that is race number 6, Sport GP. We need you to the line. And then we're going back to the top of the order in race number 1. And Chris Saxon looking to pick off Troy Snyder for that 5th place spot. Left-hand side of the track. That's where you'll find a battle battle royal of the Yamahas as they work their way through the chicanes. Alfadel looking to take a white flag here on the right-hand side of the track as he gets ready to come through. Once again, Sport GP, we need you to the starting line. We need you at the starting line. Sport GP, we need you to the starting line. So again, we are under white flag racing, folks. Less than a lap to go for the Kuwaiti kid, a.k.a. Prince Hakeem, Abdullah Al-Fadel. And here comes Francis, and Francis now being able to put a little real estate between he and third place, Brian Baldwin. Zalesko still unofficially in fourth, and it's going to be a battle for this fifth spot. Saxon coming from the outside, Snyder on the inside. Snyder going to take away that line and try to hold on for one more lap. The surf starting to take its toll on our riders out there today. So again, Sport GP, we need you to the starting line. Sport GP to the starting line. Half lap to go for your leader, Al-Fadel. Yeah, Al-Fadel, not quite sure. Looked like he was maybe trying to save that motor for his next couple motos. Let the guys climb back into this one. Takes a look around, and he's going to pin it to win it right down the front straightaway. And how about it for Abdullah Al-Fadel?
911 of Eric Francis second.
Yeah, Team Prince Hakeem.
Oh, the tweaker in third, Brian Baldwin. Wow, Al-Fadel, what a comeback. 3 motos this guy is doing this weekend, Mike. That is a lot of work.
And it looks like Brian Baldwin having a problem with his visor there. So let's go. 999 unofficially in the 4th spot, followed by Troy Snyder in 5th, and Chris Saxon rounding out your top 6 here in the Pro Runabout Stock class, Moto number 1. Folks, how about a nice round of applause for all of our Pro Runabout Stock riders. Thank you, folks.
So Al-Fadel taking the win on that one. Eric Francis second. Brian Baldwin, that rounds up your top 3. We are going to Sport GP. You need to have sports down the line. Sport GP, that's going to be our final pro race. And then we are going to be going to the top of the list for the other races, and that is going to make us go to race number 1, which would be Runabout 1000cc and under and Runabout Rex. So that's going to be the first of our regular schedule.
And one thing, Donna, we'd like to remind our riders out there that have not yet raced, please make sure that you're listening to what's going on up here at the tower. Make sure you know what race is in progress, and make sure that you're on the line when the checkered flag comes out for the race in front of you. Okay, that'll help things still help speed things up here this afternoon. Obviously, we got a little bit of late start, had to work out some bugs here. It's the first race of the tour, and you know that always happens. You know, you got to work those bugs out. And again, we want to keep everybody safe, and we want to keep everybody happy, and that's why we take the extra time to work out those bugs. Yeah, that's the goodie bag. So once again, this is the final race of what they're calling the Premier Class. The Premier Classes.
Oh, did he? All right, once again, the sport class is going to the line, and this is another class that is full-on exploded, not just on the national tour, but all over the world. I was over in New Zealand a couple of months ago, and this class was a full gate at the New Zealand Nationals, so pretty cool. And I'll tell you, it's even more interesting that the class that is growing so huge, the sport class, they are on a machine that has not been manufactured since 1997. That was the last time we saw the Blaster come off an assembly line, and yet we've got full gates right now in the Blaster class, which is pretty awesome, or the sport class as we call it.
That's right, sport class, because you got HXs out there. You can't call it a Blaster class. You could also have X2s out there.
You can.
I don't think that we do.
I don't see none. I do see I see the Blaster, and I do see the
HX.
HX, thank you. I kept trying to say SP, another one right.
The difference between the boats, if you see boat number 316 out there, that's Brian O'Rourke. That is a Sea-Doo HX. Boat number 13 out there, that's Sam Nemi. That is a Yamaha Wave Blaster. And both of those boats haven't been manufactured since 1996.
97.
No, the Sea-Doo HX was 97, Blaster was 96. So we're half right.
Half and half.
I've been called a half-wit before, so that's about right. 96 and a half, fall of 96.
That's hilarious.
So
race number 19, that Sport GP on the line that we've been talking about. It's going to be the final one of our pro class. And you ready to do the rundown, my great friend? Out of Ludington, Michigan. He's sponsored by Team Faith, Fly Racing, Pilot. Excuse me, that should be Jet Pilot, I think. Flying J, Pirelli, KTM, Jet Lift, Silcoline, Ross, Jet Dynamics, Rad Dudes, DC Graphics, Liquid Performance, FMF, Renegade, Scat Track, Dragon, K&N Filter, Tubeless, 321. You need just one more sponsor. Rad Manufacturing, Sunstar, Pro Watercraft Racing.com. Boat number 2, Kelly Smith.
All right, boat number 6 comes to us from Toms River, New Jersey. He'll be riding for Tigercraft USA, Rad Dudes, Ross Products, Jet Trim, hashtag Team Logan, and that is Chris Heislip.
Out of Cooper City, Florida, he's sponsored by Broward Motorsports, Exotic Signs, Judge Motorsports, I Saw, Jet Trim, and Hamilton. Boat number 13, Sam Nemi.
And great to have my homie back in the lineup out of Naples, Florida. Boat number 14, riding for Weight Chapin Performance, Keith Dill.
Also out of Naples, sponsored by Absolute Performance, it's Sean Reynolds.
And boat number 51 comes to us from Thomaston, Georgia, riding for Bassett Racing and American Pie Pizzeria. I like it. D-Rock Barbie.
Out of Mims, Florida, sponsored by Trinity Composites, Novatech, Exotic Signs, and Jet Pilot. Boat number 72, Johnny Smith.
Boat number 77 comes to us from Osteen, Florida, riding for OptimalRacing.com, Judge Motorsports, HydroTurf, Jet Pilot, and K&N Filters. That's Glenn Young.
Out of Graham, North Carolina, is sponsored by OptimalRacing.com, ADA, Raceski.com, and K&N Filters. Boat number 99, it's Mike Bartolomeo.
And boat number 111 coming to us out of Madison, Mississippi. He was just down there having a little chat with him. He rides for Judge Motorsports and Jet Trim, Billy Dearman.
Good to have him back. Out of Forsyth, Georgia, sponsored by Brock Harris Racing. Boat number 203, Benji Benford.
And boat number 316 comes to us from Mount Juliet, Tennessee. He'll be riding atop of Sea-Doo, sponsored by Team Faith, Fly Racing, Pilot, Flying J, Pirelli, and KTM. That's Brian O'Rourke.
Out of Cumming, Georgia, sponsored by RGR Motorsports. Boat number 910, Jeff McPhail.
And out of Burlington, Ontario, Canada, riding for Steel Tech, Jet X, Moto Base Potion, Rhino Power, Jet Pilot, Klotz, Fast Signs, and HydroTurf. Boat number C11, Andrew Bizan. That rounds out your field here. It's time to go sport racing with the final race in the Premier Class.
Yep, and then we're going to be going to our regular schedule. So again, just take a look at your pit board, and that is going to be race number 1 that you're going to be looking for, and that will be what is going to be up next.
That's the Runabout 1000cc and under, along with the Runabout Rec class. That is race number 1. Stand by, race number 1.
Back down on the lineup, we are looking at the final class for the pro division, and this would be completing our TV show. I do want to point out that 910 back here again. That was Jeff McPhail, the guy that showed up last year at the very first race, had never raced before, and then gets attacked by these big waves in Pensacola.
Exactly.
Remember that guy?
How would you like that to be your first race?
It was unbelievable. And he actually came back and did the whole tour.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, nice little roller hitting them right as they took off from that start. And uh-oh, looked like Sam Nemi's got problems, and Sam, a front runner normally in this class.
Yes, he is, and unfortunately, it looked like the boat died on him.
Oh, man.
Still trying to get that started, Mike.
Tough break there for the Broward Motorsports pilot.
Got our course marshal over there checking out, making sure he's all right, and at that time, he finally gets fired up. So Sam Nemi going. Looks like we got another run out there that's broke down. That might be Glenn Young on that backstretch on the start.
Oh, no. Like boat number, is that 21 or boat number 2? Possibly out there in front.
Kelly Smith, it looks like, with a hole shot.
How about that? Kelly Smith, only his 3rd year racing, had never even been on a personal watercraft, came out and started on a blaster, moved to an HX, and now, first race of the season, a hole shot. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What's coming in 2015?
Well, I tell you what, he certainly put notice on that track last year. A gentleman hitting the podium, and with good reason. He's a past motocross racer as well, and of course part of Team Faith.
Yeah,
so he's got a lot.
Actually, a former arena cross champion.
Yeah.
And supercross rider.
And you can tell those skills transferred over real nice. Well, Kelly Smith currently leading. Looked like we had a 70 boat in the third spot. That is either Johnny Smith, I do believe, up that top three. All right, let's see what happens as they come back around. You're watching Sport GP on the water right now. I do need to have race number 1 down in staging, please. Race number 1, runabout 1,000 cc and under, and runabout wreck. Need to have both of you down on the line, please.
Race number 2, stand by. Once again, race number 1, you should be down on the line. Race number 2, stand by.
And this public service announcement brought to you by the Sea-Doo Spark. I just made that up. But there was a Sea-Doo Spark that just showed up at the line.
Yeah, it's Manberry.
I like that Manberry. You got that from me. All right.
Your leader starting to extend on that lead. Boat number 14 back there in the second spot. I believe that's Keith Dill. And Keith, the former champion from the 90s, making a return. He hasn't raced since 1996. Showed up at my surf and turf race back on Easter weekend. First time he had been out, since 96. That's what?
A long time.
20 years.
Well, I tell you, he came out here yesterday and was so excited to be here, and it was super cool to get some of the stories that he had talked about when he was doing the national tour. So very cool to have him back. And I was like, you know, what got you back into this? It's like, you know, Don, it's just like anything. You just can't retire from watercross racing for very long.
No, you can take a break, but you're going to come back.
Yeah, we just let you know that right now. You may say you're retiring, but that would be fibbing. All right, back out on the water. Kelly Smith definitely starting to generate his own section of landscape here. It looks like we got a couple of boats down, and it is Glenn Young back there that is having a hard time getting his boat running. So tough break for Glenn, who actually was a national champion last year. Meanwhile, Kelly Smith having no problems whatsoever as he scoots through, and he is on, as Mike called it, the Yamaha Wave Blaster.
Yeah, here come your blasters in second, third place. Uh-oh, looked like Keith Dill had a problem there. Boat number 111 now able to get around, moving up into that second spot. That's Billy Dearman. So a couple of guys, veterans that making it out here for the first time in years.
Tough break for Sam Nemi. I saw him just going in, Mike. So just going to milk that engine, I think, but not going to be able to complete this moto.
I see Benji Benford has raced his way into fourth spot, boat number 203. That is Benford, the red Yamaha Wave Blaster over there on the left-hand side. Boy, couldn't have asked for a better day to be right here in Panama City Beach as a part of the Pro Watercross Tour, brought to you by Hidden Trails Yamaha.
Yeah, we're pretty darn lucky to be here. Special thanks to Jet Lift, our official tote for the National Tour, as well as Slippery Wetsuits, which is our official wetsuit this year.
Hey, speaking of that Jet Lift tote, we got them on sale all weekend long. Special deal, normally $795 this weekend, only $600. That's a 25% savings, and I don't know about you, Dawn, but I love a good sale.
Well, that's better than a blue Kmart special, blue light special there. I'd kind of digging on that one. Kelly Smith dropping into that front stretch once again, continuing to lead this race. Again, the gentleman that Mike had talked about just started racing a couple of years ago. But I think the story really goes to these guys that are just coming out of the woodwork, and especially in this retro class. Billy Dearman on the 111 on the front stretch at second.
Yeah. It's a veteran battle right now. Kelly Smith.
It is.
Billy Dearman, Keith Dill.
That's your top three.
1, 2, 3. Still boat number 203. Benji Benford back there in the fourth spot.
Looking for this fifth place number.
And it looks like Johnny Smith, boat number 72. Like Brian O'Rourke, enjoying a 7th place ride right now.
Never can count that guy out, though. All right, you guys watching Sport GP. Again, I do need to have my race number 1 down on the line. Again, let me give you the report on that. It's runabout 1,000 cc and under and runabout wreck. We are going back to our regular schedule now. So if you just want to check the pit board, that's going to be the first race. Race number 1. Need to have you down on the line. Thank you. This public service announcement, by the way, brought to you by Jet Trim, who is our official mat cover sponsor for the 2015 National Tour.
Thank you, Kelly Hart.
Mike got me a minute ago.
So down here with Mr. Bellamy, Mike, and I know you interviewed him earlier, but I just wanted to get your feedback because you've done a lot of these races. We are going to Naples, Florida for the World Championships. What do you think of that?
Oh, I can't wait. I see where this sport's going. I'm glad I'm going to be part of it, and I can't wait. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
And I couldn't picture a more beautiful place, honestly, than I've heard so much about. I've never even been to Naples.
Oh, I haven't been there. I've been in the area a lot, but never to Naples. So I can't wait for a full week of racing.
And not only that, but we're going to make you famous. I can't even begin to say how excited I was. I've already, literally, my Facebook blew up after we did that announcement about CBS Sports.
Oh, that's going to be great. It's going to help all of us riders get better sponsors. It's promoting the sport. It's great for everybody involved.
I love it. It's like Bellamy, sponsored by Goodyear.
Yep.
Right?
There we go.
There we go. Or Copenhagen. All right, you guys back out on the track again. We're going to race number 1 right after this. I need to have you down in staging. Yeah, I got to say, I am super stoked about that. Another week in Florida, and I have an excuse to be here.
That's it. I'm going to hang out this week. I got an excuse to hang out here through next weekend.
I know, right? Woo! Pretty excited. I think a lot of riders do that just as far as economy, and it makes a lot more sense for you guys.
That's how it is for us. Just works out. I love these back-to-back weekend races. So,
you know, Mike, from your perspective, what's it like to tune to this kind of water?
Oh, you know, being from riding in lakes my whole life, it's a big adjustment for me. It took a lot of practice just to get okay in water, and I'm still not as comfortable as I'd like to be out in the waves.
Are there specific tuning tricks that you have to be sensitive to when you're racing sea level?
The only trick I know is hold on all the way around and don't get slung off. So.
Well, that's pretty good advice, honestly. All right, back out on the track. Let's just do a quick check-in. It looked like Kelly Smith still leading. As I come through and take a look. And that is Keith Hill on the number 14 boat back in third. And what a gorgeous afternoon at PCB. By the way, if you want to hang out with us, feel free to join us at prowatercross.com, and you can click right into the stream. And a huge shout-out, thank you to Richard Ignacio for being here. He's going to be the reason that we're going to be streaming live for the entire tour this year. So he is right at prowatercross.com. For Hidden Trails 2015 Pro Watercross Tour. So just go right into there and you can sign up and do the stream. And we're going to hit all the sponsors. Sponsored by Yamaha, Sea-Doo, Optima Racing, Austin Spencer, The Original Jet Trim, Davis, Jet Lift, Slippery When Wet, Jet Renew, Solus, the official prop, PSA, Santa Rosa, Panama City Beach, the Boardwalk Beach Resort, City of Sparks, Reno, and a whole bunch more. And I hit Jet Trim. Yeah, a couple times, actually. And your white flag is out. Which reminds me that I need to have all my riders down here for the first race. Runabout 1000 cc. Race number 1, I need to have you down the line. Race 1, I need to have you down the line. Race 1 on the line. Race 1, 1000, it's a runabout 1000 cc, and runabout wreck, I need to have you down the line. Race number 1, and by the way, riders, we are back on the board. Just start with race number 1, that's where we are, working our way down the list, but we are back on our regular schedule. Again, I do need to have you lining up no later than the white flag from the previous race, if you could be staging for us so we could stay somewhat on schedule here. By the way, you're doing a great job in staging. We appreciate that. And the checkered flag comes out for Kelly Smith. That was awesome. Yeah, that boat not sounded too good. That's HX that he's on. Billy Dearman coming in second. Great job on his debut back into the racing action. That's your top 2. I do believe it is going to be Keith Thiel in third, but we'll see here as we come through. Maybe. One more time, I need to have race number 1 down the line. Race 1, that is the runabout 1,000 cc's and less, or the runabout rec. Both those classes are combined. Race 1 down on the line. And your checkered flag does come out for Keith Thiel taking third. Johnny Smith for fourth. And looks like unofficially, boat number 203 is going to be Benji Benford for the 5th spot. That's going to be your top 5 for Sport GP. And here is your lineup for Runabout 1000 cc and under out of Westport, Massachusetts, sponsored by Hooters, Big Boys Toys, Corey's Carpet. It's boat number 9, Corey Dixon. Hey, buddy. Thanks again, by the way, for all the swag. You totally rock. You are so awesome. All right, Naples, Florida. He's sponsored by Absolute Performance. It is Robert Saya on boat number 14 out of Panama City, Florida. Oh, homegrown here. Boat number 222, it's Michael Sparks. And Runabout Rec out of Toronto, Ontario, sponsored by Riva Racing, Solus, VP Fuels, Jet Pilot, VTEC, 2-in-1 Trailers. It's boat number 16, Paul Green. And out of Burlington, Ontario, sponsored by SteelTech, JetX, Moto Base, Potion, Rhino Power, Jet Pilot, Klotz, Fast Science, and HydroTurf. Boat number C11, Andrew Beeson. So once again, we are at the top of our schedule, if you are wondering where we are. So race number 1 is on the line. I need to have race number 2 in staging, and that race is Bet GP. Bet Ski GP, I need to have you in staging. You're going to be up next. Hope you guys are having a good time hanging out here with us for the 2015 Hidden Trails Pro Watercross National Tour. I love it. Can't get enough of it. 2 crazy people. And I see red people. I'm just guessing, but I'm thinking that might have been just a little bit of premature acceleration. And that sucks. All right, we're going to re-rack these guys, see who the offender was. Just sitting out, checking out some of the Facebook posts. You guys are hilarious. Eric Francis talking about date night in Panama City. Cody Copenhaver giving us an update. Said he was leading his heat, which he was. Looked awesome. Had a little mechanical issues on the practice boat. And says he's ready for the LCQ today. Cody, I hope you make it in. Great job, bud. Sorry about the break there. And Sally Zier rounding this out. telling me it's another beautiful morning in Panama City Beach. Let's go racing. Sally, I couldn't have said it better. Looks like it might be Paul Green with the dead engine start. Now, normally they take your holders away from you, but I don't know that they will actually do that on this particular deal, but you will have to start with a dead engine. Meanwhile, Corey Dixon going to back it up a little bit and blow that boat out. Corey going old school with that Sea-Doo XP in the water. That is cool. That definitely kicks back a few memories. Aboard the Hooters boat. Still got a few giveaways, by the way, from Jetlift. If you guys need a bottle opener, I can hook you up. You guys want a little of that? Hold on. I will grab one for you. Bottle openers. You thought I was just kidding. And I'm actually sort of learning how to throw. Still have training wheels. I have one more. Hold on. Yep, I got another one for you. All right, we got these guys back on the line. Corey Dixon having a hard time getting that boat started right at the end. Let's see if he's able to turn that around. No, actually had to turn back in looking for his holders to help him there get that boat going. Brought to you by Jetlift. Special thanks, Brian, for hooking it up with all the bottle openers. That's definitely helped. Well, we got green flag racing, but unfortunately, Corey Dixon is dead in the water at the moment. Super tough break. I need to have Vet GP on the line. Veteran Ski GP on the line, please. Your race number 2. And looking like boat number 11. C11, Andrew Bizon out of Burlington, Ontario with a hole shot. You are watching race number 1. I need to have race number 2 down the line. That's going to be Vet Ski. Vet Ski, I need to have you down on the line, please. Vet Ski on the line. In staging, I need to have race number 3. And race number 3 is going to be women's runabout stock and beginner runabout stock. Women's runabout stock and beginner runabout stock here in staging. Which is racer speak for you're up next. After the ski, Vet Ski is on the line. Meanwhile, back on the water, Andrew Bizan with a fantastic start. He's going to see if he can open up a little distance between himself and second place. Corey Dixon is going to take the short road home, but that is an unfortunate break for him. That Hooter-sponsored boat not able to get that started, and I know that's a heartbreak for Corey. So hopefully get that puppy running again tomorrow, but great competitor out here. It's tough to see. That is the worst way, by the way, to get done with the race is when you have your boat break down. Meanwhile, back out on the track, your lead coming through as we have halfway marks coming up is Andrew Bizan. Paul Green, 16 and second. Well, here you go. A little 411 for you. The gentleman that Ty was announcing that was leading actually missed a buoy, so it's going to be Paul Green. Gentleman had to start with a dead engine, taking that hole shot. So Paul Green, your current race leader for Runabout Wreck. Gentleman on the white Spark. Man, what a cool story that thing is. The Sea-Doo Spark coming out with an innovation once again for the industry. It's a boat that retail lists for $49.99. They did that deliberately. You see one of them coming through right now, that Manberry, the pink color. And that has generated a whole lot of interest back into runabout racing for several reasons. Number one, it's very inexpensive now to grab a boat right out of the box and take that down for your weekend race. And number two, those things are so low maintenance, which the second issue is sometimes you got these boats, you got to do a lot of maintenance on them. But this thing is phenomenal. So kudos once again to Sea-Doo and the Sea-Doo Spark, who debuted, by the way, in 2014. Great to have them back. And we actually have a class for them as the white flag comes out. And it's Andrew Beeson and the lead unofficially, but He actually officially missed a buoy, and so it's a gentleman right behind him on that spark I talked about in the lead, Paul Green on the number 16. All right, so now you're up to date. Race number 2, need to have you down on the line, Vet Ski GP. I do need to have you on the line. This is our white flag final call for race 2. Need to have you on the line. Race 2 on the line. Thank you. This public service message brought to you by our official wetsuit for the 2015 Hidden Trails National Tour. And that wetsuit is slippery when wet. No, don't leave. All right. Vet Ski GP, need to have you on the line. Vet Ski GP, race number 2. I need to have you on the line. Race 2 on the line. Final call, race 2. Vet GP, need to have you on the line. And checker flag coming out for Andrew Beeson and Paul Green unofficially. It's going to be Paul Green, though, with the win on this moto. And we are on to a different hull displacement. We're looking at stand-up racing up next. So a little bit of breakdown on this class. You're looking at a veteran ski class. So that means the rider is over 30. And the boat is unlimited. When you have a GP class, that actually means that your limitations on the boat are, well, you don't have any. You're really just about limited only by the credit limit on your MasterCard. So you can go as fast as you want to, is what we're saying here. And these guys, not the youngest guys on the sport, but definitely some of the wiliest ones about to hit the water, and that is the Vet GP class I'm talking about. So Vet GP is on the line right now, and then we're going to be having some really cool stuff right after these guys, and that's Women's Runabout coming at you next. Women's Runabout, race number 3 coming at you next. Hey guys, I do want to remind you, if you're out hanging out with us, first off, thank you for coming and doing that. You're watching Watercross. If you'll notice, we actually have an area cordoned off here. We have that for a couple of reasons. That's right behind that lineup. And a lot of times the riders, I just want to demonstrate that Paul Green's one of them. A lot of times the riders will actually come in and they try to get up as far off that beach as they can so the guys don't have to work so hard getting the boat out of the water. So just want to make you aware of that. If you do not have a wristband, you cannot go in that cordoned area. So it looks like we're not having much problem with that right now, but just wanted to alert you of that. That public service announcement, by the way, brought to you by Jet Trim, which is our official mat cover for the 2015 National Tour. Guys, oh my God, so sweet. All right, race number 2, need to have you down the line. I see a whole bunch of riders, but only a few boats down there. All right, you guys, excuse me. Man, I'll tell you what. One day in the beach, and I've already lost my motor skills. Vet Ski GP on the line out of Fuquay Varina, North Carolina, is sponsored by Hurricane Racing, Judge Motorsports, and TNT. That usually signifies I'm fast. It's boat number 3, Ralph McGregor, out of New Zealand, and I know this guy is fast. He's sponsored by Commander Industries and Marshall Brown Advertising. Boat number 11, it's Marshall Brown. Or as he likes to say, I'm a very attractive man. Out of Henderson, Nevada, Good to have him back. 43 years fast. Boat number 41, that's Brian Edwards. Hey, Brian. Or Heavy B is what we like to call him. Heavy, by the way, does a lot of tuning on his boats, and his boats, I guarantee you, are fast. Out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, sponsored by Commander Industries and Jet Trim. Boat 211 is Trey Sutherland. And out of Niceville, Florida, sponsored by Commander and Planet Beach Destin. Boat 253 is Aaron McConkey. Wonky McConkey. Out on the line, that is your rundown. Boat number 11, by the way, that is a brand new ride for Marshall Brown. It's one of the Commander Industries boats. And just as I mentioned his name, it looked like I had a hard time getting the boat rolling. He is underway now. That gentleman, 56 years fast, by the way. Marshall Brown, no stranger to national titles. He has had multiple national titles in New Zealand. And actually is a former water ski competitor. So great to have him all the way over here from Christchurch, New Zealand, racing with us this weekend. Hey, and I want to say a special shout out to Jonathan Dent, listening in from Honduras. Jonathan, that is so cool. Thanks for hanging out with us on the stream. And speaking of that, last I checked, we had over 1,000 people on the stream. So you guys are amazing. Thanks so much for watching today. Okay, whole shot. Looked like McConkey locking that one down. So it's going to be McConkey with the whole shot. McGregor back in third. And check that. McGregor just moved into second, your Hurricane Racing rider. You can always tell the Hurricane Racing guys. I don't know what it is. I think it's some signature. They all wear the tennis ball helmets, those bright yellow helmets. But I tell you what's very strategic and smart about that is no matter where Bill Hague and those crew are out on the water, it seems like Mike and I can always find them because they've got that bright neon yellow. So just a note to self. If you want to be seen on the track, get some neon on you. All right, race number 3, I need to have you in staging. That's race number 3, I need to have you down in line on staging. That is women's runabout stock and beginner runabout stock. Women stock and beginner runabout stock, I need to have you down on the line. And also on deck, Pro-Am runabout box stock. Box stock, that's a new one. I see Cat Daddy in the house. Hey. Your trivia king down there. You guys are just joining us. Thank you so much for hanging out. What you're watching right now is Watercross. It's a lot like motocross, except on the water. It's a lot like motocross, except we're normally not televised until this year, and now we are. So we get to play with the big boys. But I'll tell you some of the ways that it is like motocross. We all shoot for a whole shot and multiple laps, and the terrain is constantly changing. And while we're not on terra firma, we're actually aqueous. We still have to deal with a lot of terrain changes. Looks like Greenwald getting suited up, getting ready to do his race. Boom, baby. All right, you guys. Again, McConkey still leading and McGregor still running up in second. But McGregor keeping McConkey pretty honest back there. Only a couple of boat links between the two. And you are watching Vet Ski GP. And I see Marshall Brown back up in the mix. Marshall aboard that brand new boat. I definitely want to get an interview with him and see how that new K1 Commander boat is doing. Brand new product from Commander Industries. And I tell you what, not many things would have brought Steve Webster back out to a national tour, but he came out and did the entire national tour this year, and it is great to have him back again, totally re-energized. Him and his partner, Dustin Mott-Zurith, have taken it to the next level. Oh, my goodness. Addie's Sandwich Shop. Man, I want to give a special shout out for you guys. Thank you so much for donating the food today for us. If you guys are hungry, grab something from Fatty's. They got hamburgers, all kinds of great stuff, sandwiches. Hook it up. Head on over to Fatty's Sandwich Shop. Meanwhile, oh my goodness, we had McGregor on that outside split. And McConkey coming through, but I'll tell you who snuck in for the lead was Marshall Brown. Okay, I might have made that up. It's actually still McConkey and McGregor in second, but Marshall Brown gaining time. Marshall with a tough start on that. And in white flag position right now as those top two riders. And I see Steve Webster making his way down the beach, collabing with his buddy Dustin Montzuris, who had a good ride today as well. They were just qualifying, and Dustin qualified to go to that main event tomorrow. A lot of changes this year for the Hidden Trails 2015 Pro Watercross National Tour, and one of those changes was the fact that these stand-up riders in this GP class just doing a main event. That is a huge change from years past.
Oh, yeah.
So, I like that.
Right on. Don, I disagree. I agree with whatever you say.
Oh, my God, you're hilarious. Thank you guys once again for doing that.
And so does Jonathan Dent. Jonathan Dent loves us.
I know, Jonathan. You're amazing. Thank you.
And we love the Honduras.
I really appreciate that. When are they going to have a race down there? It's my first question. And when are they flying us down so we can go hang out?
Hey, John.
Jonathan?
I know you're listening in.
Yeah.
So is Care Bear.
Oh, Care Bear.
Big shout out to Care Bear.
Aw. Anyway, so Jonathan Dent, big shout for you. Thank you for being a part of this. All the way from the Honduras, it's streaming live. That just kind of gives you an indication of how big the sport is around the world. And I'll tell you what's kind of interesting about that is in the last 5 or 6 years, as I'm sure I'm not telling you any surprising story, but with the economy downturn in the United States, we had a phenomenal growth spurt, conversely, from the international teams, and that is where the big growth has been happening in the past 5 years.
I had a phenomenal growth spurt in 2014.
Stop.
I did. I went from 5'6" to 5'7.5".
Ladies and gentlemen, your checkered flag went out, so we can change that subject about growth spurts and Mike. So McConkey taking the win. It's going to be McGregor for second, and a great job. But it was awesome to see Marshall Brown out here on that number 11 boat sponsored by Commander.
Yeah, definitely. Coming
Did he actually come back into the lead? All right. So now we have a little controversy. Women's runabout stock, beginner runabout stock. I need to have you on the line. Beginner runabout stock. Race number 3. It's actually race number 3. We'll have Nick make the change there on the signage, but it is race number 3 on the line. Race 3. Women's runabout stock and beginner runabout stock. I need to have you both down the line. Race 3 on the line. Race number 3.
That's right. Looks like we got 3 riders out there for this one, Don. And great to have a couple women in the women's runabout stock class. Those ladies would be boat number 16 out of Orange Beach, Alabama, riding atop a Sea-Doo for IPD Graphics. Jet Pilot, ODI Grips, GoPro, and Advanced Carpet Cleaning. That is Echo Sullivan.
And out of Arcadia, Indiana, sponsored by Dave Zierd, Jake Zierd, Lakeview Marina. It's boat number 222, Aubrey Allen.
And representing the beginner runabout stock class out there today from right here in Panama City Beach, riding for Bayou on the Beach Restaurant, as well as Finney's Island Style Grub Restaurant, boat number 109, Jordan Buxton. So
wow, I got a little background information on this, Mike.
Uh-oh, what's going on?
So Aubrey and Ryan, actually, both of these guys, Jake actually talked them into racing. They drove, 11 hours to get here? Is this some kind of crazy thing?
Yeah, they left work at like 6 o'clock, drove 11 hours, showed up here last night at 2:30 in the morning. I already brought their skis down, gave them some money for gas and stuff, and just brought them out to have fun.
You are awesome, Jake. Well, I tell you what, it is addicting, isn't it? So you just want to share all that with your buds.
Oh, yeah, totally.
But you talked them into riding runabout, which is odd because you're a stand-up racer.
Well, they actually had runabouts before, and I said, have you ever been to a race? And they said no. So I said, well, I'll bring your stuff down, hop in the car and drive down here. All you got to do is pay for food. Everything else is paid for.
Right on. Aubrey, you guys ready to rumble? That is so cool that you're here. Did you get any sleep at all?
No. Hey, we still need to get Echo Sullivan. She should be down on the starting line right now.
Echo Sullivan to the line.
No worries. We'll give her just a second, but we got to keep going. We got to keep this program rolling. Race number 4, Pro-Am Runabout Box Stock will be coming up next. Pro-Am Runabout Box Stock. You guys are standing by. It's Miss Echo on the way.
You're not racing? You're Echo.
Yeah,
And
this
you're
is
not
Echo.
racing.
She's Echo, yeah.
How come you know racy? No? I got nothing, she says. I'm hanging out at Panama City Beach, Dawn. Why would I race?
I'm on the beach, man.
Don't be redunculous, woman.
Get my chill on.
All right, well, you look amazing. You would have looked really good on the water, I'm just saying, but... All right. I like that. I'll probably race. You're such a girl. That was adorable. I'll probably race. I might race. I'll get back to you. Oh, Jordan getting a little sideways there, as well as Aubrey. Now, Aubrey, by the way, is a girl out there racing. Aubrey in women's runabout stock. We're going to let Jake talk about her. Go ahead, Jake. No pressure. Sally, what you doing, girl? I love your Facebook post. You're lucky I didn't come and hang out with you guys last night. You don't just be opening those, like, broad statements of, hey, come hang out with us, because I was going to move in.
She's addicted to Facebook a little bit too much.
Oh, did you hear that from your son? Said you're addicted to Facebook. Whatever. Uh-oh. We got a Miss Bowie. Oh, and we got a dislocated rider.
Well, Aubrey's definitely saying that hallelujah.
So Aubrey going to get the lead by default. But great start, by the way, for Aubrey. She was doing really awesome. Even though she missed 2 buoys. Shush.
We probably shouldn't tell her that.
I didn't see nothing. I hope Dave's here wasn't telling her the course. I have seen Dave miss a buoy or 2. Okay, maybe 3.
She looks a bit lost out there.
You know, we have all had that feeling, right? I mean, come back just to describe. What was it like when your very first race? Were you pretty nervous?
You know, my very first race, I actually remember it. I let every single person go and just followed everybody. And
I bet your dad loved that.
Oh, yeah, he totally loved it.
Being an ex-racer himself, he was probably like, get on the throttle.
I even still got lost.
That's awesome. You are hilarious. Well, I tell you what, it has been quite fun to watch your career, Jake. You started out as a junior racer, so one of our junior products that we have watched mature into a phenomenal athlete. And the fact that you still love the sport so much, I think, is not just a testament to your skills, but also a testament to your family as well. So pretty blessed to have you guys.
Yeah, it's been great. Definitely a family sport we've been doing forever.
I know, you really have.
I'll be doing it the rest of my life, I guarantee it.
I'm not surprised to hear that, honestly.
As long as my body holds up to it.
Yeah. All right, white flag comes out for Aubrey, the young lady that we have been talking about. Again, 11-hour tour just to get her here. Her first race ever, and this is exactly how it starts. Oh, second race, ever. But first time in the ocean. Okay. And we do need to have race number 4, and that is Pro-Am Runabout Box Stock up next. Race 4, Pro-Am Runabout Box Stock. It's all right. She is just like Mike Young, GPS challenged.
Well, good news is she still made top 3.
That's right. Slow your roll, buddy. Oh, that is fantastic. And Jordan out there as well. So, again, you're watching a class. This is a perfect opportunity for me to tell you that if you're interested in being a part of Watercross, this is the type of class that you would be in. Gives you a great opportunity to, pardon my pun, get your feet wet. It's also a really cool family sport. I have been emphasizing that all weekend as we talk about the fact that just like Jake here, his dad raced, then Jake came along and got into the racing scene. So father and son, I see that a lot. Brothers racing, we see that a lot as well. Pretty cool to have that kind of history and to be at a place that we love so much, one of our favorite tour spots right here in Panama City Beach. And a special thanks, by the way, to the Beach Boardwalk Resort for letting us come out and hang out with them.
Yeah, Boardwalk Beach Resort. Love that place.
Boardwalk Beach Resort. Go and like them on Facebook.
By the way, are we doing the party up there again tonight? Have you heard anything about that? Like, there's a big white tent right there behind the volleyball courts, and traditionally, I know that we've actually had like a racer party.
Checker flag goes out for Aubrey. Yeah, we do normally. I don't know if we're having that tonight. I do know we have the fired up party at Avila. If you guys want to come and join us there, and the deal with Dan Martin's going to be Daniel